and welcome to See You Live. I'm Susan Post, the Associate Editor of Columbus Underground. Today I have with me Eric Hinrichsen from Always Hungry Personal Training.
Hello.
Love that name.
Thank you.
Got a lot of meanings, but
Thank you.
I mean, I love the pizza on the shirt
Thank you.
because it's great. But you know, we're going to talk a little bit about fitness today, obviously. So first of all, just tell me a little bit about, kind of how you got into fitness and being a personal trainer.
Yeah, so I moved to Columbus back in 2011, getting out of college, and took a typical route of getting a desk job, working the 9 to 5, and then going home and kind of sitting around, vegging out. And after a couple of years, realized that I was ready for some sort of change. I was ready to kind of pick myself up and do something a little more productive. One of my friends started going to the gym himself, and I asked him, hey, can you show me what to do?
Yeah.
And it kind of took to like a fish to water. Jumped in and started my own transformation back in 2013, and then about 5 years later decided I really enjoyed what I did for myself. I wanted to help other people reach those goals themselves and kind of get over those few bits of being nervous entering in a gym, and kind of help them understand how accessible the gym is and how much fitness can help. More than just your physical health.
Yeah, that's great, because I know I felt that going to gyms before. I'm like, are people staring at me? Like, what should I do? And am I doing this right? And there's a lot of fear associated with that.
I got lucky with that, and before my buddy and I went to the gym for the first time, I tried to go on my own, and I stepped on a treadmill, and I was like, I'm going to run for a mile. And I got a quarter mile in and was dying.
Yeah.
So I fully understand, and it does take a little bit to get into it, but once you stick with it, it's awesome.
For sure. But obviously the pandemic really kind of has changed gyms, how people approach fitness, and when gyms were closed for so many months, I think we saw a lot more people starting to work out at home. What are some great resources for folks that maybe are too nervous to go to the gym or aren't ready to go to the gym because of the pandemic? Where can they look for some ideas of how to get started?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the best things is the internet. There's obviously tons of free information on the internet. You just Google at-home workout and you're going to get inundated with thousands of programs that are for free. If you're looking for a little bit more of a guided programming, through the pandemic, online training has really exploded in the sense of connecting trainers with people to still get that in-person experience that you want, but that ability to just kind of be at home and go at your own pace with what you have at home. Because one of the biggest things that people tend to think is that they need all the equipment. They walk in, they see a gym with thousands of pieces of equipment, and they think, I need to use all these pieces. When in actuality, if you work with a trainer, or even speak with a trainer, you realize that you can do everything that you need to do at home with just your body weight and maybe a couple little weights.
I've become a YouTube kind of workout disciple over the last several months, and do a lot of the just body weight stuff, and kicks my butt a lot. I mean, and so I think it is really important to kind of highlight that you don't need a bunch of stuff, because I certainly have kind of fallen into that trap before. But outside of kind of at home and YouTube, I think the pandemic's also pushed a lot of people to work out outdoors. So what are some of your favorite maybe outdoor workouts?
Well, we're currently training for the Columbus Half Marathon, so running is the biggest outdoor workout that we're doing right now. But I really like doing boot camps, doing some sort of circuit training where you're doing 4 or 5 exercises back to back for a certain amount of time. And it's one of the things I'm starting to get into with helping other people, is doing free boot camps in the park on Saturday mornings, starting here in 2 weeks after Labor Day. Obviously, people are traveling. But I'm going to be doing free outdoor boot camps starting at Goodale Park on Saturdays. So if you're looking for an outdoor activity, that'd be a good one to come join us.
What time will those start? How long will they be?
8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. We're doing an hour-long workout. It starts off with a little warm-up. We do a couple circuits, get the body going, break a sweat, have some fun in the sun, and then have a good day.
Awesome. You're going to be tired? No.
That'll be perfect.
So you mentioned Goodale Park, but what are some good places to work out outdoors, and any kind of favorite parks or trails around here for you?
Tuttle Park around Ohio State is one that we like to go to. Schiller Park in German Village is absolutely beautiful. There's a ton of flowers and gardens around there. Like I said, Goodale Park is right down the street from where we're at. If you're going for hiking, High Banks Metro and Sharon Woods Metro Park are wonderful. Those are kind of the high points that we like to go to.
So we've kind of mentioned some maybe kind of classic outdoor things, running, hiking, doing these circuits. What are some fun activities that you can do outdoors that people might not think of as actually getting a really good workout in while you're doing them?
Yeah, I mean, even just going and playing a sport. Like the parks have tennis courts, they have basketball courts, getting some friends together to go play kickball on an open baseball field or something. Just run around with your kids. I mean, if there's no kids around, you can run around on the playground. Just jump on the swings, do the monkey bars, that kind of stuff, and you get a full body workout. Anything that kind of gets your heart going and breathing a little bit heavy is going to be good for you.
Awesome. Something's always better than nothing, right?
Something's always better than nothing.
Now that we've talked about what to do, you think you mentioned this earlier too, the hardest part is often getting started. So if you're not feeling awesome, not feeling motivated, how do you motivate yourself to just get out there and get up and do something?
So one of the biggest things that I learned for myself and I try to instill in all my clients is that, like you kind of mentioned, something is always better than nothing.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of setting a timer for just 5 minutes, picking 1 to 3 exercises, whether you're at home or out of the gym or outside, and just doing as many repetitions of it as you can for like 30 seconds at a time. And at the end of the 5 minutes, if you feel like you've done enough, then you're good to go. If you feel like you want more, you can set another 5 minutes and keep going. Because motivation is going to be waning. It's going to come and go, and sometimes if you want to stick with it, you've got to kind of set yourself up to keep going.
For sure. Great. So how can people find more kind of tips and info from you about your
So I have a website, www.alwayshungrypt.com. That is also my handle for Instagram and Twitter, alwayshungrypt. Those are usually kind of the places where I post the most. You can also find me on Facebook looking up Always Hungry Personal Training as well.
Awesome. Well, great stuff. Thank you so much, Eric, for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.